So today we'll discuss about the SAP HANA backups and the restore part here. Backup and restore. So using the HANA Studio, we can take the backups. So why backups are required? Backups are required for backups are required. Daily basis, the backups are required, especially for the production systems. In case of any issues, any hardware issues or anything, anything missed or deleted, using the backup, we can restore the data. Using the backup, we can restore the data here. We can restore the data here. Backup of the systems here, right? Backup of the database. If you take the DB backup, always the application data also will be backed up, right? So why? Because all the application data of the financial data, any data which stores the data in the database level, if you take that database backup, then so all the data will be backed up. Tomorrow something required, some floods or natural calamity, some hardware failures or something is happened, then we are in the situation to restore back to the normal status here. So that is the reason backups are required here. They are the two types of backups are there here. So one is the full database backup here. That normally we will call it as the complete DB backup. The second one is called the delta backups. Delta backups means, so here there are the delta backups also. There is the two types here. Incremental backup, incremental backup, and so we have the differential backup here. We have the differential diff backup. Normal we will call it as the diff backup, differential backup here. So total three types, but these two we will call it as the delta backups here. Delta backups here, right? So complete DB backup. Complete DB backup means entire data you are taking a backup here. So what you are taking the backup means data backup. Data means data folder backup. So if you take the log backup, that is a log folder backup here. So data backup is very important here. To restore as is the data, so we need a data backup is required. Data backup is required here. Delta backup, incremental backup, and differential backup. These two are comes under the delta backup here. So, sir, what is the difference between each and everything here? Suppose if you take the example here, suppose this is the database. Okay, this is the database. In the database, you have the data up to this time, right? Up to here, you have the data. Suppose the example, weekly, daily, we will take the backups, right? Let's create the 7 boxes: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, Saturday, Sunday, we have the backups here, right? So 7. So, so this is the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, here the seven backups are available here. So when you take the backup, suppose example here, Monday, Monday up to here, the data got increased here. Okay, Monday up to, so Monday, okay, Monday up to starting of the database to till date, the data got increased this much. Okay, so what will happen if you take the complete backup here, full backup? So full backup means all the data starting of the DB2 till date, whenever you are taking the backup, till date, all the data will be backed up. Complete data, full data backup you are taking here. That is called the complete DB backup. Then when you are taking the Wednesday, Wednesday you are taking the backup again. Sorry, Tuesday you are taking the backup again. From starting of the DB2 again up to Tuesday, how much data is there? So not only latest data, you are also taking the complete data backup you are taking here, right? So this procedure is called the complete data. So again you are taking the Wednesday, then starting of the day to till date, whatever the date you are taking the backup, that date, entire data, starting to starting to then again up to here you are taking the backup. This backup is called the complete backup, which means you are already taken the previously already taken the backup, and again new backup, new data also you are taking here, new data also you are taking here. So this procedure is called the complete DB backup. This procedure is called the complete DB backup here, right? So from here, suppose Sunday you are taking, then starting of the DB to till date, what is the data you are taking the backup? Complete data backup. It's very simple. Complete means full entire data, whatever the date you are taking from that, from starting to that date, all the data will be backed up. That procedure is called the complete DB backup. Okay, this is clear. Complete backup is clear, right? So now, what about the delta backups? For delta backups, it's required the one full backup is required. So one full backup you have taken Monday, you have taken the full backup, you have taken here Monday morning hours, you have taken the full backup, you have taken, this is the full backup you have taken. So Tuesday here, Tuesday incremental backup, right? Incremental backup means after the full backup, whatever the data is increased, only that data will be backed up. Then whenever you are taking the Wednesday after Tuesday, why? Because you already taken the full backup, one incremental backup, right? So incremental backup is required the incremental backup always check the last last successful backup here, right? Last successful backup. Okay. Then differential backup is required the last full backup only. Last full backup only. To always check the last full backup only here. These are the two conditions should be meet. One is for incremental backup is required that this one, and differential last this one is required that this one here. Right? So here, so this is the incremental backup. So then when you are taking the Wednesday, when was the last backup completed? Tuesday. Then after the Tuesday to Wednesday, whatever the data got received from the application, only that data will be backed up. So again you are taking the Sunday you are taking, in between you have not taken. Then when you are taking the Sunday incremental backup, then it will check the when was the last backup is completed. Oh, Wednesday. Then Wednesday to Sunday, how much data, this dates, how much data we received from the system, that data will be backed up. That data will be backed up here. That procedure is called the last incremental backup here, incremental backup here. But when it goes to the differential backup here, what will happen? Differential backup always check the last full backup only. So Monday you have taken the backup. When you are taking the differential backup on Tuesday, when was the last backup completed? Oh, Monday. Then Monday to till Tuesday, how much data we received, that data will be backed up, right? When you are taking the Wednesday, it won't check the last backup. Last full backup it will check. When was the last full backup happened? So last full backup happened on the Monday. Then so Tuesday and Monday, these 2 days data will be backed up here, right? Then from here to, so again you are taking the Friday. You are taking the differential backup. Then differential backup always look the when was the last full backup completed. Then so Friday it will check the when was the last full backup completed, Monday. Then Monday to till Friday, that data will be backed up here, right? Then when was the, so suppose like incremental backup when you are taking on the Saturday, so incremental backup required the last successful backup. Any backup is fine. Then again Friday to this backup it will check. So this incremental backup, the condition is last successful backup, either full backup or incremental backup or differential backup, it will look. But differential backup always look the last full backup only when you have completed the last backup Monday. Then Monday to till date, whatever the data we received, that will be backed up here. That we will call it as the differential backup. Okay, these are the types of backups we have in the system. It's clear? Any confusion? Anyone? So here we can go to the HANA Studio. We can take the backups here. If you go to the HANA Studio, so here we can connect to the system DB. So then we can take the backups here. We can take the backups here. We can connect to the system DB only. Why? Because tenant you will not get any option here. Only system DB you will get the option. There is a backup folder also there. If you go to the backup folder, in the backup catalog, we can see the when was the last backup completed. When was the last backup 2018, 20, 25 also completed. So ECD, no. So system database. Is there any delta backups? Nothing. Delta backups, nothing. So log backups, nothing. So this data got backed up here. So what we can do, if you want to take the backup here, right click and so take the backup of the system DB or tenant DB. System DB, there is not much data here. So only tenant we have the data. Then select it. This is the backup location. We can check the backup location where the backups are storing here, right? This is the backup location. If you want, you can change it here. If it is the complete backup, the complete data backup, the backup prefix name, complete data backup here, right? If it is the differential backup, then differential data backup, that is also will be there here. Differential, the data backup also will be there here. If it is the incremental backup, then incremental data backup also will be there. INC data backup here, right? If it is the differential, diff data backup, right? So the naming convention you can see here, complete data backup here, right? So like this, just click on the next button, click on the finish button, then the backup will be done. Backup means which? Index server, access engine. Tenant you are taking. Tenant means so the index server is the main process here, actual data stores. So 30 GB data. Oh my God. How much is big? So 30 GB data will getting backed up here. 30 GB data is getting backed up here. This is the location of the backup here, OS level, operating system level. So we can take the backups are getting backed up here, right? So here all the backups resides here. So this backup, using this backup, we can do the restore. Restores, we can perform it here. Using this backup, we can do the restore activities. We can perform it here, right? The backup and restore activities we can perform. Backup is required. Something you got deleted, so backup is done. Okay. So you see here, complete backup. You got the complete underscore data underscore backup. So files are created here. So like that, we can take the backups here. We can take the backups in the systems here. Okay. So log backup will be automatic. Every 15 minutes once the log backups will be run. That is the by default it will run. You don't need to manually take it out here. So only data backups we have to take it out here manually. So it's not only like taking the within the file system. You can also move the backups to the outside of the drives devices. Like there is a destination type, we can change it to the back int. Back int means there are third party devices. Like we have the in the market, we have the multiple third party devices are there, like AWS, Azure, and Azure Blob, AWS S3 bucket. Also, we can also like control as cloud foresee did the specific companies, they will take their company backups and everything here, complete data backups and everything, they will take care of the your backups and everything here, they will take care of the this backups here, right? So just they will click it here, then they will take it up. Suppose like if you take the incremental backup here, it will be the incremental only, it will be the incremental, like that it will create the backups here, incremental backups it will create it here, right? So here, so backups is the most important thing here. So just you can, so in case of if you want to take the backup of the complete backup or any backup, just you can take select the tenant database, which tenant, then you can select the either complete backup or differential backup or incremental backup. You can take it out. You can so do the restore activities. You can do the restore activities. We can perform it in the systems here, right? So that is what we can take it out in the systems here, right? That is the backups. The backups we can take it out here, right? So that is the one thing of the backups here. If it is the failed, then you will get it out. It is the success, then you will get the success results, right? Yeah, just now we have taken there is just now we have taken the backup of the database here. So you see here. So what is the size of the backup here? Data backup, right? Data backup. What is the size of the backup? 30 GB. Then when it is started, when it is completed, successful, what is the location? Then what is the timelines? So you have the all the information. So in the backup catalog is a shelf. In the shelf, how we can keep the all the things in the order wise. Same way here, he have the all the items in the order wise here, right? So then confirmation, then automatic backups, log backups will configuration in the log backups will run automatically. If we want to disable the automatic log backups, we can disable it. If you want to enable it, we can enable it here. But this is the by default, it will run the backups here, right? So that is the backups. We can take the backups within the file system or outside of the system also we can take it out. Why? Because if you take the outside of the backup, that is the safer side and secure. Why? Because in the database level, so normally data in the memory, then these are the file systems, right? So this is the main memory, one copy of data will come to here, then one copy of data will come to the slash HANA data, right? You are taking the backup of the this OS level folder here, right? Then this data you have to within the file system, you move to the separate folder. In case of this OS is crashed, enter this backup file also will be crashed status, means it's in the invalid status. So that is the reason organizations will take the 90% organizations will take the this backup into the outside of the device, outside of the your operating system, servers, either cloud or different devices, they will take care of that one here. So that this backup will be moved to the other third party devices, they will take care of the backups and everything here. In case of this hardware is crashed, why? Because within the file system, if you take it out, in case of hardware is crashed, then entire data, your data folder is gone, your backup is gone, this data, entire data is gone here. So to avoid this kind of things here, so people will take the outside of the business, outside of the data. So data will be stored here. So that in case of this is crashed, here we have the safely data will be stored here, that backup file. Again, they will bring to the again they will bring the data to the here in the source location, then they will do the restore, so our data will come to the as usual here. So in case of if we want to do the restore, right click and backup and recovery of the tenant database here, then select the tenant database, click on the next button, right? There the recovery also three types. How the backup of the three types here, there the recovery also three types here. One is the recover the database to the most recent state. So system will check the backups, which one is the most recent state. Means suppose like now 7:53, with 7:53 the backup time is available, which time, so it will check it out, it will do the recovery. So no, I don't want to most to the system to decide it. I want to decide. I don't want to backup should be in the 9:52. I want my backup should be in the 9:50. I want to restore it here. Then so 9:52 minutes back, I want to restore it here. Then database will be stopped. Then it will database is getting stopped here. Why? Because while doing the recovery, DB should be in the offline status here. So now what I am doing here, 2 minutes back, 2 minutes back, I am going to restore it, or 2 hours back, or so 1 month back. So like that, backups it will check and it will do the recovery. Recovery will be taken care here. So let's see here. And also backups using the backup using the data backup here. Whatever the backup you have taken, that data, that backup will be backed up here. So you can see today 9:46 we have taken the backup here. After that, so log backups are completed. Then 12:25 there are the backups are available. So today let's take the backups here. Initialize the log area. So click on the finish button. So what we hello? Okay, so just click on the finish button so that it will be do the recovery here. It will check what is the last backup, then what is there. So 30 GB data, index server data is getting restored to the index server is the main here. Why? Because actual data stores in the inside of the index server. So it is data is getting loaded into the inside of the index server. So data is getting loaded here. So restarted. It's getting restarted. Then we will come to know 3 minutes back. So let's see here. So how it got restored? So we have the backup files are there in the folder. So using this backup files, and when we have taken here 45, so right. So then remaining log backups will be applied. Then data will be recovered. Data will be recovered to the whatever the desired timestamp you have given. Whatever the timestamp you have given, up to that time the data will be recovered here. So let's see here. Here you will see the so here last screen it will give you the so clear picture up to what time it got recovered. So like that also it will give you the one screen here. It is waiting for the index server to be come online. How much time it will take to restore to restart? Normally tenant DB will take longer time. Tenant database means index server will take longer time. The access engine is already active. Why it's saying still So we can check in the CD backup here. So there you go to the there. So data. So there we can check the backup. This is the backup where the backup files will be stored by default, right? So the log files and all. If you go to the CD trace here, there you have the backup.log file here. Backup.log file here. If you go to the tenant. Why? Because you are restored the tenant database. So here, if you go to the backup.log file here, so here you can see the all the information, right? All the information of this one you can see the here. So index server restarted 100% is completed. Index server restart 100% is completed. Then complete database backup you have taken here. It is recovering the this one. Then after that, so recovery status of the index server tenant DB. This is completed, but still it is doing something. The process got stuck, I guess. But it's recovery finished. State of the service recovery finished. Restart completed by index server. Index server did not get the update. Restart completed. Then, so let's see here what is happening. Restore the database. The logs will return into the folder level. So that is the one thing here. And also recovery. So while doing the recovery, so it's restarting, right? While doing the recovery, no backups in progress. Okay. Okay. Some services are not started. Daimon. Here also. Let's see here which service. Access engine. Kill. Okay. Stopped status. So now what Daimon will do, Daimon will go and start the procedure. Daimon will go and stop the procedure here. Network name is no longer. So Daimon will go and start the service in the systems, right? So right click and backup and recovery. So or we can also do the restart. Let's see the stop and start manually once. HDB stop. Okay, it is stopped status. So HDB space info, nothing is started. So now HDB starts. So now you are going to start the database here. Manual thing. Manually you are going to stop and start it here. So right click. Okay, backup and recovery. Backup means it will take the backup. So recovery of the tenant database and system, whatever you want to do the recovery. So here most recent state. So it will check the system internally, it will check it out which is the most possible current time. As per the current time, which is the latest possible time, it will do the recovery here. Then most point in time recovery, most recent state, and point in time. Point in time means which point you require to the database to be restored. Then specific data backup. Specific data backup means which data backup we want to do the recovery, which data backup we want to do the recovery. So that specific backup here. Suppose example, specific database to the backup means here you need to provide the backups. Here you need to provide the backup here in which where you have the backup. So which backup, up to which backup you need to do the restore. So suppose if you select this one 946 up to 946 like 1946, so the data will be recovered here after 1946. Whatever this 15 minutes 16 minutes gap, all the data will be lost here. So there are the backups also available here, but which are the old date. If I select the old date backups here, what will happen here? If I select the old date backup here, if the backup files are there in this location, then it will be restored. If there is no backup files, suppose like there are no backup files, right? So as we know, then recovery will fail. Recovery will fail here. See, recovery will fail, saying that these files are not exist. There are no backup files are not exist here. So that is the reason it is failing here. So what we have to do? We need to backup files. You are trying to do the restore. So these files also should be required. The backup files also should be required here. These files also should be required at operating system level, right? So without this file, you cannot do it here. Now see here, I am going to do the recovery again with that file. Only that backup I have selected, I am going to do the recovery. So three types of recovery: most recent state, point in time, up to last data backup. Up to backup we can use it for the recovery. See, it is getting recovery. Restarting. For this backup, you don't require the log backups. So log backups will happen every 15 minutes once, right? And whatever the data, after the data backup, the logs are very important. That logs are very, very important to recover it. So the logs also very important to recover it. So that's why not only data backup, this logs also very important to recover it, to recover the data. So So this log backup when it was created, this is also very important. So that based on this log backup timestamp only, your data will be recovered. That is the one thing here. So if you cancel in middle, your data will recovery to the cancelled, it will leave the inconsistency status here. Again, you need to perform the recovery got cancelled here. So now again you have to perform manually again you have to perform the recovery till come to the completing status or anything here, right? That is the one thing. See here, database still not up here. So this is the way you have to restart the, so we have to do the recovery and backups in the system. So when you see here, if you go to the backup catalog here, all the information we can see it in the backup catalog. When was the last backup completed here, right? So if we go to the backup catalog here, the backup catalog. So what is the last log backups which are completed? See, log backups every 15 minutes once. Every 15 minutes the log backups are completed. So log backup. So you can recovery up to log. When was the last log backup is happened up to that backup? We can do the recovery here without any data loss. So we can plan to recover the systems here without any data loss. We can plan to recover the systems. That is the main thing here. Okay. This is the backup and restore activities here. Backup and restore activity. We can do the backup and we can do the restore also. Same backup in case we can delete. So when you are testing, what you can do, you can delete some users, something data you can create, take the backup, then delete it, then again restore, then same data will be comes. Same data will be in the backup files, whatever the data is there, all the data will be back to the normal status. Like that, you can do the testing here. Like that, you can do the testing in this case here. Okay. So that is the one thing here. Just cleaning up the backup folder here to get the some space here. So okay, to get the some space, so you can freshly take the backups and you can do the recovery. Okay. Also, let me, someone deleted some folders which got deleted something. So tomorrow we'll discuss about the upgrade, HANA upgrade to the lower version to higher version, how to perform it. That one we'll discuss. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.